It's all around me, a silent voice I can't deny. A mother's arms, how they surround me. They sing the beauty of my life.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
I close my eyes. It takes me memory deep down in my soul. And safe to be beside you.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
This love, this love, this love.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sister Jenna, your host for our new America Meditating segment called Wise-ish. It's your power boost for the morning. It's for you to take your dose for your inner cure. Join us every day, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45 ET. Don't forget, take your dose. See you soon. Hi, everyone. Welcome to your Spiritual Vaccine Hour. I'm Sister Jenna. We've been enjoying being with you every night, where, because our meditation museums are closed, I always say our hearts are not. But I hope everyone's doing well and you are enjoying your day and you're diving deep within yourself to find out more jewels, to discover more jewels that are sitting inside of you, more precious gems of thoughts and precious gems of realizations. Today's discussion is about embracing change and what a period of change we're in. If it's not a pandemic, it is a protest, it is the president rolling back on transgender civil rights, it is, people just rioting, divorces, health issues, financial woes. A change is definitely upon us. We've been asking for change, though. We've been asking for change for a long time. And one of the things I've learned throughout my journey is that change is inevitable. And the only thing that sometimes maybe we are challenged where change is concerned is that we're just so attached to the norm, or we're so attached to the old, or we're so attached to what is comfortable. And they say the minute you step into your comfort zone, it is your demise. When it starts to get way too comfortable, it's that particular point in your life that you stop progressing, you stop wanting to go for higher heights, you stop thinking deeper. There's also an aspect that they call spiritual complacency. When you think you know certain things, you've got it, you've done it, you've been there, done that, and you're like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I know I've been there. And I know situations will come to uproot that complacency and take you to another dimension. So for whatever it's worth, I think we need to accept that change is the inevitable. And I'm going to play a video. We've played it before, but I think it's really important. It's this gentle whisper of God speaking to you in your mind and letting you know that He will come to break your attachments to your illusions, because change is inevitable. And I think there's something so powerful about it because it's one of our installations in the Meditation Museum where we have this installation called Man Mana Bhav, where you connect your mind to God so that you can start to vibrate at a very cohesive, aligned, energetic space of expression. So enjoy this video on I Am, but pay attention, really go into a deep place, because it's really about the fact that we need to somehow reframe our thought process to accept that change is inevitable. And the whole world is now in the midst of change. And I think we've been asking for this. So enjoy this video. Wasn't that sweet? Didn't you see what those words meant? Imagine if God were to come and gently whisper into your heart, into your mind, into your being. That's one of the greatest gifts we have received in the practice of Raja Yoga meditation, is that the energy of God's love and vibration interrupts your cycle. And the minute He interrupts the cycle, or the minute the energy of the divine interrupts the cycle, you start to change. It's that you will stop thinking what you've been thinking, you'll stop saying what you've been saying, you'll stop doing what you've been doing. You might even stop being with the people that you've been with, because you're not the same and you're not resonating on that level with them anymore. So whenever a change occurs, it means something is getting interrupted. Something in my cycle of thinking or living is getting interrupted. So the coronavirus came and interrupted our lives. And what did it do? It had us sequestered for months, and it had us going inwards and trying to see who we are. And I think the world really has come to a place in themselves to really check, who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose? Where is God in all of this? And I think those are really important questions to keep asking the self, because there are different parts of you and different aspects of you which will continue to grow as you gain more experiences, right? Then comes, for America at least, George Floyd. Well, let me back up a little bit. Comes loss of job, the question of your security, food, shelter, clothing. That's a big change. So were we ever a civilization of people that would waste food? Did we waste water? Did we waste our time? Did we take advantage of all these things that were common things, simple things in our lives, and they just were just abused and not valued? And now food is important, water is important. Who'd have ever thought that toilet paper would have been so important? But even toilet paper became so important. That was a big change. I know we need toilet paper, but I didn't know we needed that much. So that became a big change. Then you had this killing. And it's right as the country's about to open up. And it's not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see a humanity that had evolved at least a little bit more, which we did see when the protests began. I'm not putting any attention to the riots. The riots had nothing to do with the need for deep emotional, spiritual, personal, and systemic change. The riots, I think they were staged. I think they were planned. I think there's some people who are in need. I think some people are not aware of the collective karmic energy. But that's not what this period was about. And you'll always get stuff like that anyway. And so I don't think we should be distracted by any of that. That hasn't changed. That when situations like this occur, you'll always hear somebody coming in to vandalize something. Okay, so put that aside. But I'm talking about the fierce love that rose up as a result of the protest. But now this was a multicultural uprising. This wasn't just African Americans. This wasn't just one particular group. This was everyone. Mothers, fathers, grandpas, grandmas, children, black, white, Chinese, Indian, Middle East, gay, straight, Democrats, Republicans is going, I know something ain't right, and we've got to bring a change. And so it's interesting where the change was coming because of a tragedy. Two tragedies within a matter of 2 months. The pandemic, the lockdown, so to speak, and the killing of George Floyd, which subsequently took us to protest, and the country just being so uprooted in so many ways, right? So people are thinking, and people are really beginning to question, who are we? What are we here to do? If my brother is getting hurt or being abused or manipulated in a system that doesn't give him a chance to breathe, and have the same opportunities that I do. That's not right. And the fact that the younger generations are speaking truth to power on this, that's very powerful. Remember what's the one with the gun violence, the March for Lives, right? That was March for Lives that was headed with all the kids that were just coming up and say, we have to stop that. I don't even know where they are now. I'm kind of wondering what has happened to them. I think many of them maybe went off to college or something. But with the gun violence in the schools, remember that? And they stood up. I don't know how many changes took place in Congress as a result, but already we've seen changes systemically with the protest. So that was like an interruption. Something interrupted our regular flow of energy, and it was a drastic interruption. It wasn't slow, it was instant. And if you notice, changes now are occurring instantly. Things are happening fast. You get sick, you heal yourself quickly. You lose money, you gain money quickly. You gain money, you lose money quickly. If you're in a relationship, well, hopefully that stays longer than quickly. But the point that I'm making is you'll always get like an interruption. There's an interruption that comes when change has to occur very, very drastically. Did you remember when Barack Obama won the presidency? The change that had come over the country at the time was this feeling of hope. There is this feeling of compassion. There is this feeling of finally we're being valued for our education and not the color of the skin. We're being valued for the character, the content of our character, not the color of our skin. We're being valued because we're able to articulate clearly, not because of the color of the skin. Of course, further on down the road, people were expecting even greater changes. But I tend to wonder, it must have been a hard road when we look at the way the Congress has operated in the last few years. Just think about what it must have been like for the presidency before this to have really tried to initiate change, unless his character was that of a real bully and somebody really hard and didn't care about anyone. And unfortunately, I don't think the presidency before that was anything like that. So imagine what he had to go through to try to initiate change. So when I overhear people say like, well, the president didn't do much for change. You know, we were expecting him to do more for the people. And I go, well, if he didn't do much, then why is the current administration changing all of his policies? Like every few months you hear there's a rollback on their policy, right? And it shakes you up. So he must have done a lot why the current leadership keeps changing all the stuff that they've done. So I think because his form of change wasn't tragic. He didn't shock and awe you to change. It was a gentle form of love and peace that was changing you. You see? So there's another way that we can change ourselves, and it can be through listening to the voices of love, listening through the voices of values and ethics. We can start to look for examples of good character, good content, virtues. Be attracted to people of virtues and qualities, and you'll see how your life starts to change very beautifully. But there's no greater change than falling in love with God. Because the moment you start to pull the energy of that pure potential inside of your personality and inside of your character, something shifts in you so much that your words change, your eyes change, your smile changes, your cells change, your body changes, your relationship changes, and for the better. Whenever we ask for change, it's never for something worse. It's that we always want something better. Always. And as much as we ask for something better, we end up in situations that don't feel so good, right? So the change really has to start inside of you. When you change, the world around you will change. Your relationships will change. The way your money comes and goes will change. So it's not just about outside changes that we have to keep looking for to give the soul comfort. The soul has to continue to use this time of introspection to observe, where are these thoughts coming from and what are they clinging to? If it doesn't have me feeling evolved, loving, profoundly wise and powerful and pure, if I'm not feeling that, of course, there's room for improvement. There's always going to be change. The natural law of the nature is to change. The seasons change. Computer systems are always changing. Apps are always changing. What do apps do? They don't go back to old. They say we're being upgraded. Your Mac changes. Your Apple Watch keeps getting upgraded. Every time in my smartphone it says upgrade your app. Change. Why? Because we feel that when we're changing, things are supposed to get easier. Change means it's easier. And if my change doesn't have me feeling easier, then maybe I'm really not changing. Maybe I'm using some old, stagnant recordings of my personality. And I think I'm changing, but I'm not. But things are getting more difficult, more difficult, and more difficult day by day. Because think about it. If energy is old and at a low vibration, it will create chaos, it will create obstacles, it will create weaknesses, it will create blockages. But when energy is evolving and moving towards forward movement, then it not only initiates the bigness of things, but it also has the ability to take you very deep within where your treasures are, where your jewels are. And that's the best of your nature and the best of your character. So you can choose change firstly from an internal place. Check your thoughts. Check your words. Check your choices. Even when you get short, ask yourself what it is. I'm short because, be clear why you're short, not because of anybody else. Be clear because what is it in you that's your battle? What's your Mahabharat war that's going on within you that you want to conquer? Because it's only the waste or negative thoughts that you're trying to get out of your head. Apart from that, all the other thoughts are perfect. And so when you have the thoughts that are connected to the higher purpose, connected to change, it'll feel like wind beneath your wings. It won't feel like it's constantly a struggle. And I think why we're going through various challenges or opportunities is there's a part of us that's moving towards the upbeat and the evolving, but then there's the other part of us that we're still holding on to the old. Wow, I'm getting a really powerful feeling right now. The importance of letting go of the old way, thinking how it needs to be. It should have been like this. I might miss this. How am I going to cope? That's not even important. Geez, when something is changing for you and in you, welcome it. Love it through. Love it so much that the change brings to you an abundance of fortune, an abundance of everything great, and an abundance of love. Here's my next meditation for you. Take a really, really deep dive into this one because it's going to take you inwards to a place where you'll be healing your heart and your soul.
I allow my mind to settle into silence. And peace. In this moment, I put aside any unwanted thoughts, and I focus my attention on the heart of my being. My heart is my silent, secret place, where I can feel life deeply as it is. In my heart, I know intuitively what I want from life and what I have to do to find it. In my heart, I know myself as a loving being. Sure and kind, gentle and accepting. But many times I have opened my heart in the wrong way. I have opened my heart to love, but put too many expectations and conditions on that love. I demanded a return for my love, and when I didn't receive it, I closed my heart and locked myself away. Yet the love in my heart is always there, hidden and waiting. Like a tiny rosebud, waiting for the right time to bloom into a beautiful flowering rose. What do I need for my love to emerge? Only to know that I am already a being of love. I let go of the illusion that I have to draw love into my heart from outside myself. As I sit here, as I breathe, as I exist, I feel pure love in my heart. A love untouched by time, space, and conditions. It is as though I am breathing in the fragrance and beauty of a perfect rose. And I hold this loving feeling gently within myself. Within this love and beauty, I feel a deep acceptance of myself. My fears and uncertainties dissolve. I become sure of myself in the drama of life, sure of my strengths, sure of my opportunities and creativity, and sure of my ability to overcome obstacles. My heart is strong and able to hold on to love. And as I give love and become loving, first towards myself and then towards others, as I become loving, I attract love to myself. I become like the fragrant rose, and I draw the love of others as they come to appreciate my loving openness and beauty. I open my heart completely to love. I cast out doubt and fear. I am a being of love, and I give my love freely and openly. My heart and the rose are one. Offering my gentle fragrance without conditions or expectations. I am whole. I am complete. My heart is healed.
beautiful. How deep was that meditation to really go into the heart, into the soul? Because I've found that when we embrace change, it's a heart connection. It humbles you. We're being humbled, everyone. Every single one of us is being humbled. But we're also reconnecting to the heart, the divinity of the soul, the quality of the soul, the light in the soul. So I want to give you a little bit of a tip that we offer in Raj Yoga meditation, and hopefully all of you that are watching in tonight will be able to dive into it to see this the subtle change that might occur. I'd like you to only consider yourself that your energy, the energy about you, is a soul energy, that you are the living soul. And can I ask you to just sit with that for a while? Because the soul cannot be burned, it cannot be cut, it cannot die. The soul is immortal, eternal, imperishable, pure, powerful, peaceful. Can I just ask you to sit in that and observe the change that occurs in you? Don't rush. That means no more thinking of yourself as black or white or Indian or Chinese or Spanish or Peruvian, Colombian, Venezuelan. No thinking of yourself as Swedish, American, African. I am an immortal, eternal, pure, powerful soul. Just feel the essence of who you are. Nothing else. Not your body, not all the stories that are connected to your body. Just feel your essence, the spirit within, the light within you, the being behind your eyes, the holder of all your stories. Where your change occurs, where the light comes in and dispels the darkness. Just consider yourself a soul, pure, peaceful, powerful, loving, complete, wise. Now what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to govern the soul, give the soul, I'd like the soul to give a direction to your right hand to gently touch your left hand. I'd like your soul to direct your right hand to gently come on top of your left hand. And I'd like you to gently stroke it down and up like this, down and up, down and up. Who's feeling the stroke? Is it your hand that's feeling the stroke? Or is it the soul that made the command? Who's feeling the sensation of the stroke on your hand? Is it the hand that's feeling it, or is it you, the soul? How does it feel? So the soul is in charge, and the soul is experiencing the stroke of your right hand on your left hand. It's being recorded right now. Who's in charge? Who's in charge? Your hand or the soul? Would your right hand be able to touch your left hand without an order from the soul on its own? No. But we've had this habit for a long time. Feel free to come back into the space. We've had this habit for a long time to think I'm in charge. I, my name, my gender, my role, my title, my religion, my political party, the color of my skin, my nationality, the way I look, the shape of my body, physically, I'm doing it all. And we've negated the fact that the subtle power that's running everything is spirit, is soul. So what we're going to do tonight to embrace change is to transform thinking that we are a bodily being and begin to redirect our energy in being a soul conscious being, that I am the living light. I am a soul, and the soul is in charge of this body. That's a big change. Because we've been moving along not thinking and giving much attention or time to the energy of soul. Atma, Alma, whatever language, Ruh, that you want to call it, Dosh in Russian, Alma in Spanish, Ruh in Farsi, Atma in Hindi. That energy is in charge of everything. It's a big change. So after tonight, I would like you to practice being very aware that the soul is moving these hands, the soul is looking through these eyes, the soul is speaking through these lips, the soul is sitting, the soul is getting dressed, the soul is cooking, but more than anything else, in what state of consciousness? So what's the change that we want tonight? We want to bring more peace in the way we walk, peace in the way we cook the food, peace in when we're eating, that there's a peace that comes over you when you've pulled back your senses, when you've disconnected the soul from the senses, the soul automatically starts to become quiet and peaceful. That's a huge change. I mean, that is so huge. That's a big interruption in your life, but a good one. So I'm inviting you to embrace the change tonight, where you incorporate and invite definitely a deeper sense of peace and a deeper sense of love and joy into your life. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I have another meeting that I have to go to, so I have to sign off on time today. But enjoy this meditation, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, and Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I am Om. I am the soul, the conscient light, the living spark. I am Shanti. I am peace. Om Shanti. My existence is peace. My nature is peace. I am at peace with myself. I am at peace with God. I am at peace with my brothers and my sisters in this huge, unlimited family of humankind. My form is light. My religion is peace. To be is to be at peace. All questions are answered by the state of peace. I sit here in this physical body, moving through time and space with ease. My thoughts are peaceful. My words are calm. My acts are non-violent. My enemy is anger. My friend is the ocean of peace. From my seat of peace, internalized and with my inner eye focused on my soul at peace, I begin my journey. My silent, secret flight upwards, outwards, far beyond the material world of time and motion. I fly the silent rocket of my mind out beyond the cosmos into the dimension of light, the abode of peace. My home is peace. My world is uninterrupted silence, vast and all-encompassing quiet. I am alone. I am at peace. Within the great world of silence, I am at the shore of the ocean of peace. I am the child of the ocean, and I enter into the ocean smoothly, easily, like a bird gliding on a current, and I move to the center of the ocean. I touch the point of light of the ocean of peace, and I become totally still. I am silent. The emanations at the center also pass through me, and I am charged with the great power of silence. I also feel I am radiating beams of silence. I am still, steady, balanced in peace. From this place of peace, I turn my attention to the earth and to all the acts, all the people, all the events and all possibilities, and I find I am completely detached. I see the cause and the result of each act, each circumstance, and yet I stay beyond it. I am not involved. I am free. I am the watcher, dispassionate, seeing everything clearly. I am the observer. I am peace. Each good thing, each bad thing, each act of charity and malevolence done by each person, even my own good acts, I watch and I let each one go. Each thing passes from the present into the past, and as it does so, I let it go, keeping my attention on the now. I watch the now, yet I am detached. I see the past, the now, and the future. I see the scheme of things, the natural flow of destiny, and I remain uninvolved, free, detached, yet full of love, care, and compassion for my family, the whole world. I see from beyond. I am with God. I am with the ocean of peace, and I see from that place all things passing, and I stay peaceful with the ocean. I have come to know that peace in the world can come when I am peaceful. I understand the only power who can change the world and take away the sorrow, the pain, the violence of the world today is God. I align myself with God. I sit with the ocean of peace, and I become a master ocean of peace, radiating peace with the ocean. All I have to do is just be. All I have to be is what I am, and that is peace. Om Shanti.